and that'll be okay. Does everyone have pencil, paper? Yes?
Yes.
Okay. Does everybody have something that Durham Public Schools sent you in the mail?
Yes.
Yeah. Dylan, you don't? Okay. So Dylan, probably when we're done with this Zoom, I'll send your mom an email so that if she wanted to, she could download it. But Evelyn and Valerie, you're good to go, right? Okay. And then the last thing that you can have with you is your homework from last time, which looks like this. This is what your homework from last time looks like. So if you can find it, you can go right now and find it. If you can't, then you can just write it on pencil and paper, and that's fine too. So Valerie, give me a thumbs up if you're ready to go. Hey, Evelyn, thumbs up if you're ready.
My sister did mine accidentally.
You're getting your homework, that's fine. And then Dylan, thumbs up if you're ready.
What book is it in our math book or text or book that you sent it us?
This was from what I sent you last time. And like I said, if you have it, great. You can look at it. If you don't, then you can write it on paper and follow with us. Well, let's go ahead and start off with practicing counting by tens. We will count forwards and backwards, and I'll highlight for you the numbers that you will read. You just gotta pay attention. If I say, can you read 10 less, you have to count backwards. And if I say count 10 more, you have to count forwards. Melinda, could you count for me 10 less and start at 91, go all the way up to 1.
91, wait.
Yep, 91.
91, 81, 71, 61, 51, 41, 31, 21, 11, 1.
Perfect. Evelyn, can you count 10 more? Start with 2, go all the way to 92. Oops.
12, 22, 32, 42, 52, 62, 72, 82, 92.
Awesome. George, hi, welcome. George, would you help me by counting 10 less from 93 to 3? Oops, you gotta unmute yourself. George, I will come right back to you unless you can unmute yourself real quick. I think you're good. Go ahead, 10 less, start with 93. Oh. Ready, George? Or maybe could Dylan help me out?
What do I do?
Can you start with 93 and count 10 less all the way to 3? It's highlighted for you in blue.
I can't hear you. What?
So start at 93, count 10 less, go all the way up to 3.
83.
Yes.
73, 63, 53, 43, 33, 23, 13, 3.
Awesome. Now watch what I highlight. I'll use the green one again and watch if I'm moving down, like the numbers are getting bigger, or if I'm moving up. And your job is to either shout 10 more because the numbers are getting bigger, or 10 less because the numbers are getting smaller. Dun, dun, dun. 10 more or 10 less? Are you guys awake? let's try if I highlight it in blue. 10 more or 10 less? 10 more. How do you know that?
Actually, I don't know how to find
The numbers are getting
bigger.
bigger. We're moving up or down?
When moving
We are moving down.
down.
How about now? Look at the numbers I'm highlighting in green. 10 more or 10 less?
10 less.
10 less? Linda, how is it 10 less? How do we know?
Because you're going up.
Yes, I'm moving up the hundreds chart. Now here's a tricky one. George, go ahead and read for me 30 more and then 2 more. So do you see the numbers I highlighted in the shape of an L in purple?
31.
So if I'm starting at 26, I'm actually only jumping down 10, 20. Okay, so 20 more and 2 more.
36.
Awesome. Evelyn, if I'm starting at 68, let's go ahead and move 10 more, 20 more, but then 1 less, 2 less. And what number would I have?
88, 87, 86.
Yes. So when we're moving 10 more, but then also moving by ones, you're making L shapes, either a forwards L or a backwards L. All right, now a little quiz to see if you know what time it is. But so you know, today our reward will be choosing this pretend money. And this is actually what I do for my VIP kids too. When I teach English online, I ask them to pick one and then I say, woohoo, you got this money. So Linda, what color would you pick? The dark teal, the red, the dark blue, light teal, orange, or green?
Wait.
Light teal. All right. Linda, you get $5. Great job. Linda, this one is for you, this question. Can you see the clock?
Yes.
Okay. The small hand I'm moving around, is it the hour or the minute hand?
The hour.
Yes, the hour is the smaller one. George, what do we call the longer hand on the clock?
The longer hand and the longer hand.
Well, is it for hours or minutes?
Hours.
Are you
Minutes, I mean.
Minutes, yes. So George, my hour is going to point to 10, and my minutes will point up to the top. Oops. What time is it, George?
It is 10.
10:00?
10
Clock.
10 o'clock.
All right, now watch as the minute hand moves around. Look what is happening to the hour hand. Dylan, what's happening to the hour hand as I move the minute hand down?
The hour hand's moving.
Yeah, the hour hand's moving.
But you can't really see it move. It just goes really slow.
Yeah, it does go slower. Very good, George. So what happens is I noticed that the minute hand stopped and the hour hand, it's right in between the 10 and the 11. And when I say, what time is it? It's like the hour hand is playing a game of tag. In the game of tag, you're only it if you get touched. And Evelyn, did this hour hand touch the 11 yet? No. So is it 11 o'clock yet?
No.
Nope, it's still 10 o'clock.
10:30.
What time is it? 10:05? 10:30. And how did you know it was 10:30?
It's because that in the middle of the clock is 30, because that 30 plus 30 is 60, so it's pretty obvious.
You can count by fives. And when you count by fives 6 times, you land on 30. Great job. right. One more here. Let's see. Dylan, this is for you. What time is it?
Oh, 11:10.
Yes, 11:10. And how did you know the minutes were 10?
If you count by fives and get to 2, then it's 10.
Yep. And George, if you were to try to move your mouse on the screen, can you move the hands on my clock or does it not let you? Mm-mm. All right, I'm gonna keep working on that because I would love for you guys to be able to move stuff on the screen. Did everybody get a chance to say what time it was or did I skip anybody?
I didn't get a turn.
You didn't get a turn. Okay, Linda. I'm gonna make the hours go on and on and on. So it's past the afternoon and we're getting into the evening. All right, this is a tricky one. What time is it, Linda?
6.
So what's the hour? Remember, it only counts if it actually touched the number.
6.
The hour is 6, and then what would the minutes be?
45.
Yes, how did you know it was 45?
I counted in 5s.
Perfect. If we start at the top and the top is 0, count by 5s for me and I'll count on my fingers.
5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 45.
Good job. And how many fingers, everybody?
9.
So that is why. Great job. It's not, it is 6:45. Let's see. Did you pick the first time?
Wait,
No,
for what?
Linda did.
Brenda.
For the reward. What color do you want, George, to try to get the most amount of money?
Red.
Oh my goodness. I'll tell you a secret. You picked the biggest. Oh, $100. Nice job. All right. Now we're going to review our homework together. And the tool that I'll show you first, and then you guys can actually give me some help using the strategies that we're going to review. But the first thing that I need actually is I have to fix our settings so that we can write on the screen. So while I'm doing that, Evelyn, could you share with us one of the problems from your homework and what you found that the answer was?
39 plus 21. 60.
All right. And how did you figure it out? What was your strategy?
I didn't do it. My sister did. My sister did. So I don't know her strategy.
I couldn't hear you too well. Maybe you can adjust your volume so we can hear you a little bit better.
Yeah.
Hello, Nina. Did you come with your things, like your homework from last time and your packet?
Can you hear me better?
At the time.
That's all you'll need is to be able to get
Oh,
that.
yeah, she wasn't here last week, I think.
Oh, okay, well, whatever you can come with, like paper or pencil, if you've got something in the mail from Durham Public Schools, your packet, that'll be awesome. All right, let's share our screen again. Somehow, it is not letting me write on the screen. Sorry about this, guys. Well, I think what we're going to have to do is the old-fashioned way. Just write it down using a whiteboard. So, can we please write down number 2 on our papers, 81 plus 10. Write down number 3, which is 67 plus 12. Number 4, which is 89 plus 9. And number 6, which is 37 plus 17. Okay. And give me a thumbs up when you have those written down. So 81 plus 10, 67 plus 12, 89 plus 9, and 37 plus 17.
$59.
Okay. Are we ready?
No.
No. Okay, a few more seconds.
That's a big packet.
I know.
It is a big packet, you're right. Okay, so we're using paper and pencil, or even just flip over a page on your packet, and we're going to review some mental math strategies. So the first one that we will do is 81 plus 10. And to solve this, we're going to use what's called the standard
A vampire.
algorithm. I like it. Standard of the Empire. This one is called standard algorithm. So who knows what our strategy is called? Standard what? Standard, I'll say it one more time. Algorithm. What's it called?
Algorithm.
Standard algorithm. And that is just a big fancy way of saying we're going to solve in place value. We start at the right with the ones, and then we move over to the left to the tens and any other place value we can see. So in the ones, 1 plus 0 is?
1.
1. Thank you. It's so easy. And in the tens, 8 plus 1,
9.
9. Thank you, Nina. So the answer is 91. Next one, we have 67 plus 12. I'll remind you of a strategy called front loading. What's the strategy called?
Front loading.
Thank you. Nina, you'll definitely get to pick the reward next. And everybody else, remember to do what Nina's doing and shout out your...
What?
I know Miss Bots is here. So with this strategy called front loading, you hear the word front at the beginning. And that is a strategy that tells us to look at the front of the number, which means actually look at the tens first. In my tens, I've got 60 and 10. So I could add those front numbers together first. And George, what is 60 plus 10?
70.
70, yes. So I already added my front numbers in front loading. Then I need to add the ones. 7 ones plus 2 ones. And Evelyn, 7 plus 2 is?
Plus 2, 9.
9. So I will combine the tens and the ones. 70 plus 9 is what, Linda?
79.
Yes. So my final answer would be 79. And what did we call this strategy? Front. Imagine I'm loading the numbers onto
Front loading.
the line so that I can add them together. It's called front loading. George, do you remember what this strategy is called? Standard
Standard
algorithm.
algorithm.
which really just means we add the normal way, starting with the ones. Can you guys hold up your paper so I can see the work you did? Awesome. Thank you. So we should be following along. You can be eating your snack, but also following along and writing down. Also, class, welcome. If you want to type in the chat box, because when I try to share my screen today, for some reason it won't let me annotate on the screen, and I've messed with the settings even in the Zoom call, and it won't work, and it's very frustrating. So if you have any answers for me, I would greatly appreciate that. That is why we're using a whiteboard right now. All right, so we've done our first two strategies, standard algorithm, front loading. Your next strategy is when you're adding the number 9. And with this strategy, the 9 a 10, and then you subtract 1. So make it a 10, subtract 1. Make it a 10, subtract 1. Make it a 10, subtract 1. So with 89 plus 9, 9 is very close to the number 10. Evelyn, what's 89 plus 10?
Would
89 plus 10 is
99?
99. And remember that our strategy was make it a 10, subtract. How many do we subtract when we're done making it a 10?
1?
1. Linda, what's 99 take away 1?
98. Wait. 90. Yeah, 98.
So 98 is our final answer. And Nina, what was this strategy called? It's called make it a 10 and then subtract.
9.
Make it a 10. So we did 89 plus 10. And that was 99. And then we subtracted
1.
1. Do you know why we subtracted 1?
To get the answer?
Yeah, but why does that make sense that we have to take away 1? It has to do with the number 9, and I changed the number 9 into a 10 to make adding easier. Do you know, Evelyn, why we have to take away 1?
Because that 9 plus 1 would be 10, and we couldn't fit 10 in one column.
Almost. I started out with just 89 plus 9. To make it easier to do it quickly, I changed the 9 into a 10. Is 10 bigger or smaller than 9?
1 unit bigger.
Yeah, it's 1 unit bigger. And so 89 plus 10 is not the answer I want. I want 89 plus 9. So once I have 89 plus 10 is 99, I take away 1 because 9 is 1 less than 10. All right, your last problem and our last strategy is 37 plus 17. And the strategy that we will use is called make a friendly number. I will make 17 into a friendly number. 17 is the same as 10 plus 10 plus 7. This will make my adding easier. I will add 37 plus 10. Dylan, what's 37 plus 10? 47. So I added the 10. Now I need to add the 7. 47 plus 7. Shout it out when you know 47 plus 7. You can look at your 100 chart and you can count on 7 more. 47 plus 7. First person to shout out the answer will choose the next reward.
53.
50 what?
54. 3.
54. Who said 54?
I did.
You did, Evelyn? Yes? All right, let me get out the reward. And can everyone hold up their papers so that I can see that you wrote down your work? Evelyn, what color would you like? The dark teal, the dark blue, or green? Dark blue?
Mm-hmm.
All right, you picked another very high one. You get $50.
I got
Job.
I got the
It's
highest.
just the 100 one.
George has gotten the highest so far. All right, I'm going to share my screen with you guys and let's practice using some strategies to help us solve. Number 8 says 85 plus 9. So
94.
let's use a strategy to help us. We could use a make it a 10 and subtract 1 strategy. So Evelyn, what's 85 plus 10?
5 plus 10 would be 95.
Okay, but now we have to take away how many?
Would be 94.
Yes, it would be 94 because we had to take away 1. Awesome. So everyone should have this strategy written down. Make it a 10 and subtract 1 to get your answer of 94. Awesome. Let's try the strategy of making a friendly number. All right, let's see. Which one will I pick for making a friendly number? Maybe number 9. Okay. So number 9 says 39 plus 21. Linda, how do I make 21 a friendly number?
Plus 1.
What 2 parts are in 21? There's a 20, but there's also a
1.
1. So Linda, what's 39 plus 20?
59.
Good job. We added the 20. Now let's add the 1. What's 59 plus 1?
60.
Yes. So we should all have written down when we did making a friendly number, 39 plus 21. We have 59 for that plus 20. The final answer is 60. Awesome. Next, why don't we practice the standard algorithm, which is just adding the normal way. So let's pick a problem and just add it the normal way. Let's try number 11. 64 plus 34. Nina, can you tell me how to add 64 plus 34 the normal way? What do I do first? Do I add the 1s or the 10s?
10.
When I'm doing it the normal way, think about our golden beads. We always start with the units.
The 1.
Yes, start with the 1s. So what will I add together in the 1s? Remember, we're looking at number 11, 64 plus,
4.
yes, 4 plus 4, which is
8.
8. And then tell me in the 10s, what do I add?
6 and 3.
Which is
9.
9. Thank you. So we'll all have 98 as our answer written down. And our last one, let's practice the strategy of, and in front loading, what we do is we add the 10s first. We're looking at the front of the number. Let's do number 7, 46 plus 24. So we're writing it down, and Dylan, you're on mute. George, you're on mute. If you unmute yourself, you're able to answer questions, okay? Linda, if I look at 46 plus 24 and I want to practice front loading, what would I add first? Tens or ones?
Tens.
Tens. So what is 40 plus 20?
60.
60. And then what do I add together in the ones?
4.
6 plus 4, which is?
10.
10. Very good. So my final answer would be 60 plus 10. And how many is that? Do you know the final answer, Dylan? You can keep yourself unmuted. It's okay. 60 plus 10, everybody, is?
70.
70. Awesome job. Nina gets to pick next and hold up your papers to the screen so I can see the work you did. You know what color?
Green.
This green?
Yes.
All right. You get $1. It's still good, even though it's not the biggest one we have. All righty, guys. We're getting close to done. We're going to do our work from our DPS packet, and then maybe we'll end with a song. And then I'll tell you what your homework is for next Zoom meeting. So when you have your packet, you can open it up. We'll move this around and show you what it looks like. It will say grade 2, day 3. We're going to work on word problems together. All right, give me a thumbs up if you're ready. And if you do not have this, it's okay because you can still write it on paper. All right.
What page is it?
I think it's like, no, I'm not actually positive, but if you continue on, you go through all the reading stuff and you go into the math, then it says day 3 at the top. All right, and I'm still trying to get why I'm looking at my settings, why it won't let me annotate on the screen. It's very sad. I'm so sorry about this, guys. We'll figure it out before our next Zoom for sure, though. It's very strange. All right. Number 1, can you read it for us, Linda? Mrs. Johnson's.
Mrs. Johnson's second grade class collected cans from the recycling. On Monday, they collected 23 cans. On Tuesday, they collected 47 cans. On Wednesday, they collected 32 cans. How many cans did they collect?
Awesome. So what we have is a question. They want to know how many cans. Linda, do you think they want to know just one small part, or do they want to know the total?
The total.
So should we add or subtract?
Add.
Add. We have to add 3 numbers, 23, 47, and 32. So I will let you guys set this up. And the first one to shout out the answer can pick the next reward. And remember, you can use different strategies. You could use front loading and add up all the tens first. Maybe you could make some of these numbers into friendlier numbers. And friendly numbers usually end in a 0, like 10, 20, 30.
102.
Was that Evelyn, 102?
102.
Yes, and Nina confirms it is 102 cans. Evelyn, what color? $20. It was higher than this one. Okay, so we should all have our final answer of 102 written down. Evelyn, would you read number 2 for us?
There are 42 students on the field trip bus. 29 are boys and the rest are girls. How many girls are on the bus?
Okay, so my question for you, Evelyn, is do they want to know just a small part, or do they want to know the total
They want to know the total.
Because if I look, it says how many girls.
They want to know how many girls there are.
Yeah, so that's just a part. So if I show you on my writing, I know we have 42 to start with. I know there are 29 boys. And what I need to find out is the girls, which is just a smaller part. So Evelyn, should we add or subtract?
It's subtract, and the answer is 13.
Yes, how did you find your answer of 13? Did you do like the standard way to subtract or any tips to help us?
I used one of the strategies that Miss Fox taught us.
Cool, how did you do it?
Well, first I added the one column, and then I added the tens column.
Oh, okay, so you did the standard way, you subtracted in the ones and in the tens. Perfect. All right. Nina, would you read number 3 for us?
Hill Elementary School has 3 second grade classes. Miss Greg's class has 24 students. Miss Smith's class has 28 students, and Miss Mason's class has 23 students. How many second grade students are in Hill Elementary School?
Okay, so Nina, do they want to know what is one of the parts, or do they want to know what the total is?
The total.
Should we add or subtract?
Add.
All right, I will let you guys set this up, and maybe Dylan or George, because we haven't heard from you, and I know you can't let all the girls know the answers. Maybe you guys could unmute yourself and shout out what answer.
Why can't I? Because I know the answer. 75.
I know, I heard you, Evelyn. Good job. Linda, what answer did you get when you added these 3 numbers together? Or Dylan, what did you get?
For what?
We are adding 24 students plus 28 students plus 23.
Oh, I wasn't here.
You can use paper or you can do it in your brain, but shout it out when you know it. Maybe you can pick a reward. Did you find it, Linda? What about you, George? You can even type it in the chat box. Go ahead, Linda, do your adding. You can do your front loading. You can do it the standard way, adding the ones first.
21.
How many, Nina?
21?
Did you add 24 and 28 and 23 together?
Yes.
I think your answer is going to be a little bigger than 21. You want to try front loading with me, Nina? Okay. So we're going to look at the front of the number first. And it looks like I've got 20 plus 20 plus 20.
75.
Great job, Dylan. We're just front loading really quick to make sure it's 75. We've got 10, 20, 30, 40.
60.
Okay, so we added the tens together and we got 60. Now in the ones, I have 8 and then 4 more and then 3 more. So let's do the counting on strategy. And we'll say the number 8, but then we'll keep counting for 3 more and keep counting for 4 more. So after 8 comes 9, 10, 11.
12, 13, 14, 15.
Okay, so in the ones I have 15. And then all I have left to do is 60 plus 15. And if it helps us, we can add these 2 numbers together. The standard.
I know the answer.
75.
Evelyn, we're right. Yeah, 75. Great job. And Dylan, I'll let you choose between 3 of these. I don't know, you'll probably remember which one's the biggest. But you gotta unmute yourself or else we can't hear you.
Red.
You remember, so far the boys have gotten 100, but we'll see, girls, if we can catch up. Dylan, would you read the next one where it says there are 29 students?
Take it.
There are 29 students on the playground. Some more students show up. There are now 47 students. How many students came to the playground?
Okay. So I noticed that it says there are now 47 students. So if I were to write my numbers down, I've got 29 to start with, so I write 29. And then S for the students who showed up, and 47 is because now altogether there are 47. So Dylan, do they want a smaller part for the answer, or are they looking for the whole, the total?
We're looking for how many students came.
Yeah, so do we already know what the total is?
Yes.
Yes, the total is 47. So if I have the number 29 and 47, but there's this mystery number, do you think we're going to be using adding or subtracting?
Subtracting.
Yeah, we need this number to be smaller than the whole. Okay, when we subtract, we always start with the biggest number, which is the whole. So we would do 47 and take away what?
29.
Yes, 47, take away 29. I will let you guys solve this, and the first one shout it out. And pick one. And if you start in the ones, because of the standard way of subtracting, you're going to have to borrow from next door.
18. 18.
I'm hearing, was it 14 or what number did you shout out?
18.
18. And how did you solve that?
I did the standard way.
Oh, the standard way. So you had to go next door and borrow a 10.
Yeah.
There's only 3 10s. But 17 take away 9 is 8. 3 take away 2 is 1. Great job, Evelyn. How about I let you choose from all the colors except for one. Okay, or maybe all the colors except for that one. Okay, which color?
Blue. Dark blue.
All right, $50 more. You can kind of keep track on the side of your paper how much money you collected if you want, just for fun. We'll see who has the most at the end. Linda, would you want to read about some kites?
Some kites were flying in the sky. 26 kites came down. There was 41 kites left in the sky. How many kites were there in the sky to begin with?
Okay. So I took a couple of notes when I read that word problem, and I'll teach you guys how to do the same because it'll really help you in solving word problems. So let's write down the letter K for kites, because my word problem said there were some kites in the sky, and that means I don't know how many kites we're starting with. That's the mystery. Then I wrote down the number 26 because it says 26 kites came down, and I even wrote the word down because I think that's going to help me know what to choose, adding or subtracting. And then the word problem said that there are 41 kites left in the sky. So that means our final answer equals 41. Can you guys hold up your papers so I can see that you wrote this down? Because taking notes about word problems helps you to solve it the right way. You started with some kites, so K for kites. 26 came down, so I even wrote the word down. And there's 41 at the end, so I know it equals 41. Perfect, Linda. Linda, since it said 26 came down, would, like, imagine the kites coming down. Are we adding kites when they come down or subtracting them?
Subtracting.
Yes. So you can add that to your notes. Some kites take away 26 gives us 41 at the end. Okie dokie. Now to solve our word problem, I don't know what the kites are, so we cannot go from left to right. We're going to have to go backwards, and we're going to have to start with 41.
15.
When I go backwards, it looks like 41 is the whole. 41 is the biggest. Okay? And we're starting with 41. I'm moving backwards. Instead of subtracting, I'm going to add. 41 plus 26. When you have 41 plus 26, you may shout it out.
5,
How many, Nina?
55,
Well, 55 is bigger, but 41 plus 26 is a little bit bigger than 55.
67.
67. So where it says K for kites, let's erase it and write 67. Let's see if this makes sense when I read it out loud. 67 minus 26 is 41. Thumbs up or thumbs down. Does that make sense? Does it sound right? 67 take away 26, it's 41. So I like it. This was a very tricky word problem. We had to move backwards. And when we moved backwards, instead of subtracting, we were adding. Well, I think we only have one more problem, guys. And yes, Linda, if you need to go to the bathroom, that is okay. Okay. Oops, I have 2 more problems. Evelyn, would you read about Deanna?
More pieces than Zachary. Deanna faced 32 pieces. How many pieces does Zachary bake?
Okay, so let's see what kind of notes we can take on this one. I know Deanna made 32. So maybe I'll write the letter D for Deanna and 32. Okay. And I do want to know how many pizzas Zachary made. And I've got the number 4 in the middle. So this is what your note should look like. Deanna has 32. The number 14, I need to know what to do with it, so it's kind of hanging out in the middle. But at the end, my answer will equal Z for Zachary. How many pizzas did Zachary make? Now the question is, how many pieces did Zachary make? It told us in the word problem that Deanna made more than him, 14 more than him. So if I have to do something with this number 14, should I add 14 to 32 so that Zachary gets more? Or should I subtract 14 from 32 so that Zachary gets less?
Subtract.
Subtract. And why do you know it's subtract?
Because that he has less than she does.
Yes, he has less than she does. So go ahead and subtract 32, take away 14.
28.
Ooh, now George, finally you're shouting out some answers. I love it. 28. I think 28 is a smaller number, but I think it needs to be even smaller than that because you're going to have to...
18.
40.
Yes, 18. And I'll let you pick a prize here. So you go ahead. Everyone can write down 18 in color. Here's
Orange.
orange. Oh, no one's picked that one yet.
Okay. Okay. I have 110.
Or you have 110. Great job. And we've got one last word problem to do. So how about, George, you read it about Tasha.
Okay. Tasha has 14 books. She put 6 books on a shelf. She puts 2 books in her book bag and the rest on her desk. How many books did she put on her desk?
Okay. So imagine sometimes in word problems too, it's good to picture it. Like I can picture books and I can picture myself putting books places.
6.
Well, before you tell me the final answer, George, when you put books down, are you adding them to get more books or are you taking away?
Taking away.
You are taking away. We already know what the whole or the total is. The total is 14. Our total is not going to get bigger. We're taking away. So it is 6. Yes, 6 books on the desk. I put D for desk. Awesome. That's all of our work part for today. Did we want to end with a song?
Yes, song.
All right. This song is called A Boom Chicka-Rocka, and I will show you the words. Oh, good. It's really fun because you get to do different versions.
I know that one.
Thing I said. I said a boom, chicka boom.
I said a boom chicka-boom.
I said a boom, chicka boom.
I said a boom chicka-boom.
I said a boom, chicka rocket, chicka boom.
I said a boom, chicka rocka, chicka boom.
Uh-huh. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
One more time.
One more time. Ladies style. I said a boom, chicka boom. 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 I said a boom, chicka rocka, chicka boom. I said a boom, chicka rocka, chicka boom. Wah, wah. One more time.
Cowboy style. I said a boom, chicka boom.
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 Support us by clicking the like and favorite.
Sorry, guys. This is not my day.
Boom.
I said a boom, chicka boom.
I said a boom, chicka rocka, chicka boom.
I said a boom, chicka rocka, chicka boom.
Uh-huh. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
One more time.
One more time.
Underwater style. I said a boom, chicka boom.
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 I said a boom, chicka rocka, chicka boom. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right.
All right.
One more time.
One more time.
This time, get me out of the water. Is there a boat around here
All
somewhere?
underwater, guys.
That's very good.
Nice job.
Now at the famous Henniger Center to see if I...
All right. Thanks for dancing with us, George and Miss Fox. You guys were awesome.
Bye, Miss Fox.
And I will see you guys Thursday morning and Thursday at 1 for the career.
Goodbye.
You guys be good and make sure you're working hard for Miss Brown, okay?
Okay. Bye.
Miss y'all.
Guys, anything else you want to say before we go? Apparently not. All right.
No.
See you soon. Bye.